Hi, everyone. Welcome. So happy to see you all here. I'm super excited today. We are going to be going over the job and internship process and discussing all the elements to have a successful job search. Of course, we're going to be focusing a little bit more on your search in psychology, but all of the tools and tips that we're talking about today can be successful for any of the job in any of the fields that you're pursuing as well. And so my colleague is going to drop a link in the chat, which is our job search guide that we'll be using today as we go through this presentation. And so most of the information is in that guide, so that will just be a resource that you can have. And we'll be sure to drop it quite often as additional participants enter so that they have access to that as well. And so before we get deeper into the topic, and again, thank you all for coming to the Careers in Psychology workshop for the job search and internship. I wanted to introduce myself formally, as well as some of my colleagues here today. And my name is Alexa Moore. I'm a job placement coordinator for Society and Education. My colleague, Derek, will introduce himself, who will be also presenting with me today.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Derek Allenby, Career Resource Aide. Happy to be here to assist you all. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Derek. And then we also have my colleague, Renee Liang, who will be supporting TechWise today. And also my colleague, Brittany Sneed, who is joining us as support as well. So if we have any questions, and I forgot to mention their meta majors, I'm sorry. Renee does arts, language, and communication, and Brittany covers science, technology, and health. And this is our career readiness and job placement team. And we can go ahead to the next slide. Oops, yeah, so welcome. We introduced ourselves. There we are. Sorry, I thought it was up on my end. And then we can move to the next. So we wanted to start off with a quick question, and you can do this by show of thumbs or using your emoji icons with the thumbs. How many of you currently have a job or an internship? And it's okay if it's not related to, psychology per se, but we just kind of want to get an idea of how many of you have one. And if you can, drop in the chat and don't mind sharing, how did you find out about it? So I'm gonna open up the chat. And you can also feel free to unmute yourself if you want to just share. So anybody working currently? All right, that's cool. We can go ahead and, oh, great. Thank you, Kelly. So Kelly is currently working at Trader Joe's, and her best friend was working there at the time and recommended that I apply. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And Morgan works as a nursing assistant at an elderly care facility and found out about through past volunteering experience. Great, great. Because we'll talk a little bit about, we're definitely gonna be talking about how to find them, but this is great also and connected to like networking, right? So experiences that you've had in the past, people that you know can kind of put you on to the opportunities and open the door for future opportunities later on. So thank you guys for sharing. Thank you, Emily. She works at Home Depot and found out about it through a friend. Awesome. Appreciate you sharing. Yeah, that's the power of networking, right? And when we're thinking about looking for internships or looking for job opportunities, knowing individuals, making genuine connections, or even, again, an example of the volunteering experience can help you get that foot in the door to finally getting closer and closer to that initial dream job, right? So we can go ahead and move to the next slide. And we're gonna, and again, thank you for those of you who shared, I really appreciate it. We're gonna continue talking a little bit more about what are jobs and what are internships. So we kind of touched a little bit about like how we can find them personally or get opportunities to find other opportunities, right? So that networking piece, but now we're gonna look deeper into the difference between a job and an internship. And the difference between jobs and internships, typically the main difference relates to the length. The length, definitely internships usually don't last like a permanent position would be, right? But they can turn into them, right? But usually it could be like 3 months to 6 months, maybe a year type of, depending on the company and the position. But payment is another difference that it could be in the qualifications of the role. Another thing that I know off the top of my head is usually internships. And I want to say, and I might not have the percentage correct, but it's almost like an 80-20, or it could be like a 70-30, where a majority of the work that you're doing is getting support from a mentor, right? And someone who is there with you on the job, supporting you, teaching you the role and understanding the aspects of it. And then that other percent, either 20 or 30%, is actually doing the work. Overwhelmingly though, internships, again, like I mentioned, are temporary in length. And another thing that we're going to talk a little bit more about is it could be paid or it can be unpaid. And it might be less of a requirement, right? So if it's a really ideal internship where you're able to gain that experience and knowledge, if it's your first time, like just getting the mentoring, learning the skills, getting the background, the details, kind of like an academic part of a job and a role, the requirements are usually less experience, right? Because they know you're interning and that you're learning and that this could be a first time experience for you. So as I mentioned, internships can be paid, they can be unpaid. And so my colleague is going to take it from here and kind of let you know a little bit more about what's the difference between, or yeah, a paid versus an unpaid internship.
Yeah, thanks, Alexa. So, right off the bat, quite simply, the difference between paid versus unpaid is money, right? All internships, regardless, right, are going to offer you awesome work experience, like related work experience that you can put on your resume, LinkedIn profile, all that kind of stuff, allow you the opportunity to network, which is huge. A lot of you kind of expressed, finding your jobs through your network that you have. Being able to network within the field that you're really, the dream job is in, as it were, is really beneficial. And obviously, of course, paid internships on top of all of that stuff is going to offer you paid monetary compensation. There definitely was a time, we could probably all safely say, that internships were overwhelmingly unpaid. However, nowadays, more and more internships are offering paid compensation for people that work there, which is obviously, that's the best case scenario, because you're developing work experience, you're developing the opportunity to build your network, and you're getting paid on top of it. But volunteer experience, internships that are still unpaid, can be really beneficial for you in building your greater, on your career path and expanding your network. It's just kind of the kind of obvious differences between the two. But, again, don't if you can swing an unpaid one, then a lot of benefits can come from it as well. So if we go to the next, we kind of want to, this is where—
Eric, can I chime in?
Oh,
really
please,
quick?
yeah.
As you were talking about the unpaid, and I just wanted to share that in the experience that I've had working with a lot of different side companies and individuals, it's not uncommon for, in this particular field, to have unpaid internships. And that could be a challenge, like depending, like Derek was saying, like if you can do it, definitely do it, because they are great opportunities to gain the experience and to kind of get your foot in the door with a company, or even that position, right? The experience within that position. but it's not always realistic for everyone to be like, I can't just work unpaid, right? You know, everyone has expenses and typically has expenses, and the cost of living in the Bay is not cheap. So I just want you guys to know, like, not to be discouraged, because a lot of the ones opportunities you might come across are unpaid. And, you know, we're here today to help with showing you the tips and tricks about, you know, just continuing your job search, and just don't get discouraged, I think is what I wanted to say, because it's not uncommon in this field for these type of positions to be unpaid. Doesn't mean there aren't paid opportunities, but just a little
Heads up, as it were, right?
sure.
Yeah. No, thank you, Alexa. Yeah. So, you know, job search, internship search, right? It's all kind of found, they're same thing, only different, right? The same principles apply, and a really strong, effective job search kind of begins with, where are you trying to go? You know what I mean? So we kind of wanted to just, before we proceed, we've got a little, I can never remember what those things are called, but anyway, scan that, your phone there, and put in
The Mentimeter.
Mentimeter, thank you. What your dream job is, right? What you're looking out for, or what, you know, what is your ultimate career goal you're wishing to attain? And I'm also going to drop a link to it in the
Renee,
chat.
I think Renee did already.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
The chat was closed. Yeah, so if you can't scan that and put in whatever your dream job might be, you can, that link that Renee put in, if you just get a feel out there to see what folks are interested in as far as their ultimate career goals or dream jobs. We'll give you all a second for that. Because again, this is kind of like the foundation of a really strong, effective job / internship search. Just another moment, and we can check it and move on. You can feel free to put it in the chat as well if scanning it or going to the link isn't working. That's, what do we got? Ooh, we got a bunch. Occupational therapy, helping children, counselor, marriage family therapist, UX design. Cool. That's the thing about psychology that's really awesome and unique about it, is that it's really a matter of what part of it are you wanting to work in. You know, it can apply to a lot of different technical businesses and fields within its greater umbrella discipline. So it's really, what part of that are you wanting to get into? That's really important when kind of like proceeding on an effective job / internship search. Occupational therapy, great, immigration counselor, very cool. Awesome. Business, we'll talk about that, but yeah, there's some business positions that rely heavily on folks with a background in psychology. Very cool. Awesome, cool. So again, this is information that we put it in the chat. We're going to be putting it in throughout because folks keep coming in. But in the resources we sent you, you know, this information is there, but these are kind of 7 key things, right? Elements of an effective job search to kind of like keep in mind when you're doing this, right? So one, of course, defining your goal, right? Creating a plan. How many applications are you going to go put out there? Building a resume, etc. Researching about your goal. We'll probably get into that a lot more, but I really can't stress this enough. It's a buzz phrase of mine. One of my sayings in this role is, there's the dream job, and then there's the reality of that job. And you need to do research about the job you might think is your dream job, because sometimes there can be a little disconnect between the two. So just as much as we can know and research about that dream job or ultimate career goal as possible, the better you're going to be. 4, we have market yourself. 5, we got networking. 6, searching for opportunities. And then 7, of course, interviewing. We're going to break down into these moving forward, but these are just 7 key elements of an effective job search. And to help you with that, so again, this is in the stuff that we sent you. This is a really great little checklist to kind of help keep organized during this time if you're actively searching for jobs or internships. Use something like this. It can be really good to, like a little checklist, right? Really making sure that you have all of these things so that it can be as effective as possible. Okay, just a really good tool we like to offer to you guys. I think Renee just put that back in the chat. And with that, I'll pass the baton back off to Alexa.
Thank you, Derek. So Derek outlined, the elements that we were going to talk about that are, critical in helping you create your job search for it to be successful. And something I read the other day, which I thought was really interesting, was that a job search is not something that you just do one time. It's something, so you just don't learn it and be done, but you're kind of fine tuning it all the time, because you might be in a role, kind of like Derek mentioned, a dream job, often, depending what your dream job is, can take quite a little bit of time to get there, right? So you have to be patient with yourself as you're in school and moving through different experiences in different roles. So as you're in one position, you might be moving on, and this is a step towards your dream job, right? So you're going to be consistently looking for other opportunities that are going to offer you more experiences, more opportunities to grow, and get you closer to that dream job. So hopefully these elements will really help you to start building those skills and to continue to utilize them as you move through your career journey. The first one we have is defining your goal. And when we talk about defining your goal, we really just want you to take a moment. You don't have to answer these questions out loud or type them in the chat unless you want to. But it's really a reflective piece about thinking about what you really want to do in the psych field. So defining your goal and understanding what it is you want to do will help your search go a lot more smoother. So just thinking about what you're interested in pursuing in the field, right? What you're passionate about doing. And also, do you already have the dream job that you've always wanted, or are you in a role that's leading you there, right? So thinking about those aspects prior to really going into the environments we're going to tell you about, like whether you're searching online, or usually that's the most common nowadays, or networking, however you're doing it. But really thinking and understanding and knowing and defining those goals and writing them down, right? So that checklist is super helpful in that sense of writing it down. And we'll talk a little bit more about how you can organize your job search as well in a way that's effective for you. And sometimes you might not know the answer to these questions, and you really have to start doing a little research on your own. Like, you want to be in psychology, but you're not sure what you want to do. And as Derek mentioned earlier, I think too, that psychology is just super broad. There's so many ways you can dip into different industries with psych. And you really want to hone that down. So that will really help you, again, in your job search, like really specifying what it is you want to do, because you don't want to be doing all these other opportunities that really aren't helping you lead towards that dream job. So one tip that we're going to suggest here as well, in addition to kind of finding out these answers, not only doing your own research and experiences within the community, or what we would consider like job shadowing or finding a mentor in a role, or informational interviews can help too, right? Like to understand a position you think you're interested in, but you're not sure. So talking to someone who's in that role already would be really helpful before you start looking to actively be in that role, right? So knowing it. We would recommend talking to a career counselor, and they're available to you here at Skyline. They can really help you hone down some specific careers that you might be interested in psych if you're not 100% sure already. And also that might really fit your personality and the needs that you're looking for, right? So we have the website here, And Renee has dropped it into the chat. So thank you so much, Renee. Because they have a certain process that they require to set up an appointment, and it gives you the directions on the website there. So you could just simply click on it, explore it. And if you want to set up an appointment, I believe the initial appointments are like 30 minutes, and it could really help you get started figuring out what your goal is within the field of psychology. And we can go to the next slide. So the second part is to have the plan, right? And your goal is a part of your plan as well, just so you know. But once you have your goal, you can really start to format the rest of your plan. And so you want to start to build steps towards this goal. And so creating the plan and getting organized is the main objective. And so we're going to kind of help you create that plan, but it's most important to really stay organized. And we're going to help you with the different elements of creating that plan, right? And the job search guide is another tool that's really going to help you stay on track and find out what works best for you. So it's really a foundational tool as well, because you will modify how you want to organize it based on what works best for you. But it's just key importance to stay organized. You want to keep track of the connections that you're making, the jobs that you've applied for, different interviews you've gone on, the resumes that you use for these opportunities. So being organized is just so important. And the way you choose to do it is completely, again, what works best for you, right? So you can, some people like written documents still. Me personally, for the longest time, I just recently transitioned more so to just technology. But I used to keep calendars still, and occasionally I definitely still write my notes here and there on stickies, but I love to just, physically write things down. So some people prefer to do it in that way, or use a combination of both. You can use Google Docs, you can use a calendar setup, Excel spreadsheets, or a combination of, again, you know yourself best as a learner and what's really going to help you stay organized and on track. We had a little of an example here that I wanted to share that my colleague Laura has shared often when talking about, the job search and internship search plan. And she talked about how, again, the importance of organization, because one time she was in college and she got called back for an interview, but she never saved the job description or the resume that she sent for this particular job opportunity. And for her personally, it felt like a complete disaster. She just couldn't remember anything about the job or the company when she went to the interview. And, if you need support in an interview, we can help you with that too. But there's a lot that goes into an interview as well, which involves knowing about the company, knowing about the job you're applying for, right? And of course, what you're telling them about yourself. And so she just couldn't remember anything to say, and she did not get the job, obviously. And now when and if she does apply for job or look for job opportunities, and from that point on, she was very intentional about saving job descriptions in case it's taken off the internet, right? So just simply copy and pasting it if you can't download it, just so you have a reference, using a file folder with the company name, and then the job description, using saving the resume you sent with that, keeping that together, and just keeping track and organized, because it will really help you in the long run. And sometimes some companies, their hiring process takes a little while, and you might have applied to something like months ago and they're finally reaching out to you. So being able to pull up that information and then go back and refresh yourself and do any additional research you need to will be super helpful as you move forward with that interview process, which is essential in a job search, right? That's kind of like the goal. You want to get an interview and then you want to get the job. You can also print documents out. You can keep them in a binder, like I said. So it's really going to be up to you how you want to do that. A tip that I did put on here was something that I just read recently as well. And it's if you write something down, you're 10 times more likely to accomplish it. So no matter how you write it, whether you do it on paper or you're doing it in your computer, just writing it down, I think kind of helps to hold you accountable to the goals that you've set up in the plan that you're creating. Another thing that's on there is setting up target dates. So, letting yourself know hey, you've seen a posting, it's going to close soon, setting up dates and dates that you're going to work on your resume. You're going to tailor it and maybe update your LinkedIn so that you can add that to your resume. Having those set in your calendar as a reminder and getting those tasks done in an efficient way so that you don't miss the opportunity to apply for a position that you might have been really excited for applying to. So that's having the plan. And I hope if at any point in time, anyone has questions, we have folks monitoring the chat. You can raise your hand and we'd love to, answer any questions you have. And hopefully at the end as well, we'll have opportunity for additional questions as well. The next step you're going to do is research. Research is super important. It's part of job searching. And so once again, you have your goal, you have your plan getting into place, you're going to be searching specific job titles or even industries that you're interested in, and sometimes even companies that you're interested in to see what kind of opportunities they have. If there's like a dream company you want to work for, which can also give you information about what they need in these roles, like what are the qualifications, so that you can be sure that you're meeting those qualifications, whether in your academic journey or getting certificates, whatever their requirements and qualifications are. So this is a huge part of conducting a job search, is to research and to learn as much as you can about the job, as much as you can about the industry. So thinking about the psych industry and specifically which specific area of psych that you're interested in, and then a company if applicable to you, like if there's a really particular company you want to get into. And then the next one would be researching and finding those job descriptions, as you can see on the bullet point here, to see if it's the type of job that you really want to do. Another great thing I mentioned before is informational interviews. Job descriptions can be really informative, and sometimes they can be really vague. So if you're not 100% sure, reaching out to someone who's already in the role, like utilizing LinkedIn and networking. So be sure to check out our workshops, or reaching out to us if you're not sure how to do that. We can really support you in finding ways to connect with people in these roles already, so you can understand a little bit more about what they do to really see, is that what I want to do? And then the companies and organizations again. So just researching all of those areas and understanding them thoroughly before you start in applying for positions that you might not have the qualifications for yet, or realize that, what, I thought I wanted to do social work, but I'm leaning more towards counseling, or however you want, whatever your particular goals or desires are in the field. So researching will help you a lot, and it'll help you become a subject matter expert in the job that you really want to get, and really help you learn how to get closer to your ultimate dream job, right? Because there's always going to be steps to get there. And the world of psychology is really vast, like we've mentioned, I think maybe 3 times now. So it's important to think exactly about what you want to do and what aspect of it you would really like to work in. And so the next part is marketing and networking.
Can I add something about research real quick?
Yes.
Kind of like this is almost like a trick research thing that I'm going to ask you all to do. When you have to research positions, research companies, schools, all that kind of stuff, absolutely. Another thing that you kind of need to check out and research and touch base with and really understand thoroughly is yourself. What kind of work do you like to do? Do you want to work in an office setting? Do you want to work where you're solely helping people? Do you want to work for a business? Is the higher the paycheck the ultimate goal? You know what I mean? These are things that you need to weigh within yourself, right? And not just looking out there, what else is outside of us, but also really taking an honest look within yourself and what are the kinds of works, what is the kind of work, what is the kind of roles that is going to make me fulfilled. Okay, that's sort of a hippie, oh man, yeah, check it out. But like, just, it's something that it is really
no, it's critical.
Yeah,
it's critical because it ties into kind of what we said in the beginning about creating that goal, right? Like what are you passionate about? What is it you really, really want to do? Because that's when you're really going to do your best. So definitely, Derek, I think that is very insightful and very relevant. And you'll notice a lot of these tips and tricks we're giving you will intertwine with each other. But I always think of when things are intertwining, it's like a spider web, like things have to interconnect in order to create something greater. So utilize all of the resources together to really holistically create yourself. So thanks, Derek, for adding that. I appreciate it. So the marketing and networking is another piece I feel like we kind of already talked a little bit about too in these other areas, is that and at the beginning, right, when a lot of people were saying, I got it through my friend, I got it through my friend, little did you know, even though that's your friend, you're still utilizing a networking opportunity. So, and it kind of leads into what Derek was saying about yourself too. So not only finding yourself, once you do get that inspiration and you know what you want to do, you find what it is you're passionate about and what it is how you want to be within your community, market yourself. Have a resume and a cover letter ready. You definitely want to have a main resume and cover letter ready, but you're not going to use the same one every single position. You definitely need to tailor it to the job you're applying to, but having a main one will help with some foundational pieces so you're not feeling like you have to recreate a brand new resume every time, right? And when you think about using LinkedIn, it's a great place to have all of your information. It's a great start way to store a main resume, because you won't ever lose the information. Like if you might just have it on your desktop, your computer, I don't know, crashes, explodes, you can't pull the data anymore. And then you do have to restart a resume, right? But having it on LinkedIn, well, you can always pull from your LinkedIn. You don't have to modify anything. You can put what you want, you can remove what you want. And it's something you can add onto your resume as well. As we know, resumes can be limited in space. So having the LinkedIn URL on there, and employers will click it, they'll be able to see everything about you, right? So having those things ready, the LinkedIn profile is there, use it and connect with people, whether you're starting with just your family or friends, and then moving forth, right? And then practice interviewing your skills. When you're looking for jobs, the goal is to get an interview. And so you will get callbacks, and you want to prepare yourself for those opportunities. And then the networking, again, I just gonna read, just making connections to people in your field of interest is also a great idea, or connecting with the companies. LinkedIn doesn't only have just individuals you can connect with, but you can follow different companies, you can follow different industry leaders and professionals within the field to really just immerse yourself in that space, and then make connections with individuals through those organizations as well. And so we have a video here. It's about 3 minutes, little quick video that kind of just shows you how to use networking for a job or internship. So if we're just saying job, remember job and internship can go together. We'll talk more about like that. You'll be specific if you're looking for an internship to type internship, of course, but all of these skills work for both.
Tell 5 people you're looking for a job, and I will bet at least one of them says, remember, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And for sure, enlisting your network can really accelerate the process. But it also can be super confusing. Like, what are you supposed to do when you're networking? What are you supposed to say? How are you supposed to approach people? And because it's so confusing and scary to a lot of people, they often end up either not doing it or doing it in a way that feels too forward, too vague, or ends up annoying the person on the receiving end. So how do you enlist the people in your network in a way that will actually support what you're trying to achieve? Here are 3 quick tips that should help you along. First, let's talk about the people that you know the best. It's strange to me how often job seekers overlook the potential value of their family and friends. These are your people. They're the ones who will likely bend over backwards for you. But you need to help them help you. So if my cousin emails me and says, hey, Jenny, I'm looking for a new job. Can you keep an eye out for me? I'm going to say, sure. But if I don't really understand what she does or what I'm keeping an eye out for, guess what I'm going to do? Probably nothing. But if she says, here are some details on what I want to do next and what those jobs might be called and which companies I'm really interested in, well, then I'm much more equipped to help. I might even say, oh, wow, my neighbor does something similar. Let me introduce you guys. And now you're cooking. Next, let's talk about professional context that you know pretty well, but maybe haven't talked in a while. You can frame it exactly like I just outlined, But even more so than with your family and friends, keep that message crisp and offer to return the kindness. Build up a little bit of rapport before you make any big asks. And don't ask them to walk your resume over to their boss. You don't want them to feel like you're imposing, because if they do, you probably aren't going to get any help. And last, let's talk about the people that you maybe have a loose connection to. Maybe you've just met once or twice. Don't be afraid to approach them, but do it in a way that's super respectful of their time, and be sure and refresh them on how you guys know each other. The message remains the same here. Big asks aren't appropriate in this scenario, but for sure ask them if they can connect you to someone related to the job you're pursuing. Now, bonus tip. Set up a free scheduling software platform like Acuity Scheduling or Doodle, and invite them right in that email to choose a convenient slot. In a nutshell, the key to effective networking is this: be clear and succinct, be respectful, and make it super easy for them to say yes.
Alexa, you're muted, unfortunately.
Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. My I have no icon on the mute, so I didn't think I was unmuted. I mean, so I was saying the key topics to take away are just when you're marketing yourself, do it on paper with your resume and cover letter, digitally with your LinkedIn profile, and in person with interviewing, and just don't cease to continue networking and connecting with individuals. And Derek will give us some more tips.
Yeah, thank you. Before I hop into that, I just kind of want to, in the chat, we got a question. What are things you can put on your LinkedIn if you don't have work experience? I'm going to show you my LinkedIn in a couple slides down the road. You can put things like, there's like skills and accomplishments sections that you can expand on, assessment stuff. You can post stuff, things that you're interested in, having really strong about, like, oh, this is the kind of skills that I'm, that I possess, where I'm trying to go, what kind of industry I'm working for, field of study, stuff like that. You can put on your picture like open to work. There's a bunch of things you can put on your LinkedIn profile besides just work experience, any kind of volunteer experience, clubs that you've done on school. Really, utilize the full breadth of your experience. It doesn't have to just be work. But yes, so right here, so two of the main things, when it comes to effective job search, definitely is the resume and the LinkedIn. They go together like peanut butter and jelly, like peas and carrots, like Calvin and Hobbes, like Batman and Robin, or some other such thing. It's really having an effective, well put together resume and a LinkedIn profile is just very, very, very beneficial for you, right? And so with that in mind, there are some key differences, mainly with a resume. The most effective resume you can write is the one that is specifically designed to the immediate position you're applying to. So looking at the exact job posting that is in front of you, making sure that your resume directly reflects content in that job posting in your resume, that is huge. Okay, pulling keywords from the job description, being concise, typically one page, depending on your experience. You might have a 2-page resume, but with that being said, there's no 1.5 or 1 3/4. It's either 1 full page or 2 full pages. Overwhelmingly, it's just going to be 1 full page. With your LinkedIn profile, it can be a little bit more generic, but towards the industry in general, right? Your LinkedIn, of course, is going to have a professional photo of you. The operative word being professional. You're not going to have a picture on your resume. And again, with LinkedIn, you can highlight skills and achievements and the assessments that you've taken on LinkedIn in there, into that profile. So going on to the next, we're going to be going into other more specific to the greater field of psychology search engines in a couple slides. But with that being said, utilizing job search websites is going to be really, knowing how to navigate effectively these job search websites is going to be huge. These are these are what, 5 of some of the major ones. I'm sure y'all have heard of these before: Glassdoor, Indeed, Monster. We're going to show you Zippy in a little bit. Those are all great websites. Hundreds, thousands, millions of job postings are posted on those websites all the time. They are a great tool when looking for jobs. However, there's a bit of a caveat to that. When I always suggest, okay, say you are on Indeed looking up job postings that you're interested in, job titles that you're interested in, behavioral technician, for as example. Do not begin and end, well, to the best of your ability, do not begin and end your job search and application just on that website. What I want you to do is so say you find a job posting on Indeed that you like, and it's giving you the option to apply. Before you just apply through Indeed, unless it is giving you the option to apply on the company site, I want you to try to the best of your ability to apply on that actual company's website. Not every company is going to have a career page, a job site, web page, whatever. Sometimes companies explicitly use Indeed, Monster, Glassdoor, those Snag a Job, there's tons of them, right, as their job, whatever, career page. But it is far more effective for you to apply on the actual company's website than through a different party job search website like Glassdoor, Indeed, or Monster. I use Indeed all the time, but I use it as more of a, okay, I see this, let's check out this company. Let's make sure it's legit. Let's make sure that it's still available on that company website. Don't just begin and end and apply your job search on Indeed to the best of your ability, okay? And with that, I'm gonna scoot to the next one. I'm actually gonna share my screen where I can kind of show you what I was talking about with the LinkedIn. I'm gonna take over driving for a second. So this right here, right, this is my LinkedIn profile, just to kind of give an example of just some of the differences between obviously LinkedIn and a resume, and then also just, you know, really try to make the LinkedIn profile when you create one just as professional looking as possible and fill out as much information on it as you can. I have content, I have stuff on here. So this is one really cool thing about LinkedIn that I think Alexa touched on, is that I kind of use LinkedIn as almost like a grand list of all the jobs I've worked. This is stuff, I mean, I'm, you know, in my 30s, worked for a while. This is going back like 10 years or so. There's positions on here that I haven't had on my resume in years, but I keep it on LinkedIn just to kind of, you never know when you might need that information, and you never know what connections you can possibly make through those organizations. If they're on LinkedIn, typically they are, you know, lots of people are on LinkedIn. And then just going down, you can put education and then like a blurb about your education and how that influences you as a person, your passions, where you're trying to go in your career, okay? License and certifications, right? Skills and endorsements. This is a good thing, like really fill out skills and endorsements. If say you might not have direct work experience, right? You can also put volunteer clubs that you're in on campus, all that kind of stuff. You can put that content on your LinkedIn profile. It's stuff that might not otherwise be on your resume, but just really fill it out and put out interests where you're trying to, you know, what organizations, companies, whatever you're interested in, people that have job titles that you want, right? Like, oh man, I want to be a whatever that guy has, reaching out to them on LinkedIn, asking them for an informational interview. How'd you go in your career path? What were some tips that you can give me as someone just starting a career path, trying to get to a position that you have? Stuff like that. We can go over stuff if you ever want assistance with kind of going about doing an informational interview, you can holler at us. But that's just kind of like an example of a more filled out, robust LinkedIn profile. And with that, I'm gonna stop sharing so Alexa can show you the Zippia site.
Thanks, Derek. So real quickly, Renee will pull up Zippia and we'll just kind of point out some key features that you can check out. So Zippia is also a free site. It's super beneficial because you can look up jobs on there as well, but you can also look up specifically different career paths based on your degree or a particular role, job that you're interested in doing. And Renee I think, can show us at the top there that if you click it, you can see it'll offer the option to search by your college major or by a like a job titles or companies or location and things like that. So it's really, and you can also you can create a profile. So it is free and it usually prompts you to create a profile on here. Like it'll keep prompting you to, if you don't, you can use it without creating a profile as well. But it is helpful because then you can start saving different things. You can look at jobs by industry. And once you click on a job, so if we just clicked on any maybe a psychology job, we can go, or we could type in, one of the things I saw was a counselor. Maybe we could on the dream jobs. It will give you in-depth information about this. So it can give you stuff about the actual jobs that are hiring, right? In whichever area, location you want to put down in there. It'll give you an overview of different, what a counselor is, the skills, and there's a bunch of things at the top that it can share with you. And I'm gonna, like salary, I think is on there as well. And yeah, and kind of like what you need, right, to become a counselor, the skills you'll need, the education. It even goes as far as sometimes offering demographics, state, salary by state or best states to work in that field. So it gives just a ton of useful information. So it's also great when you're thinking about researching or trying to find that main goal again, of where your passion and stuff lies. You can kind of use this to help too. And it even has career paths, so it can kind of show you like, hey, to get to a counselor, you might have these jobs previously. So it's really a great site to explore. And again, like Derek mentioned about LinkedIn, we can also help you explore Zippia, but it's pretty explanatory as well, but we can always help you dive deeper and really utilize it. You can also save positions, set up alerts for different jobs that you want within that you're looking for, like once you do know what you're kind of looking for, which is really cool as well. So if you're looking for internships, you can save a specific criteria for internships and it'll pop up and tell you when internships are happening, new internships have posted and things like that. So it's a really useful tool in job searching as well. And I'll pass it on back to Derek. We'll talk a little bit more about meta major boards.
Yeah, we really want to highlight the importance of kind of, again, I know we've said it a lot, but it really can't be overstated, is that what aspect of psychology do you want to get into? So what are other meta majors or whatever in the Venn diagram, right? Like, well, I want to work, I'm really interested in the field of psychology and that kind of stuff. But I also really love the world of education, right? Like a more specific meta major that attaches to that would be, of course, society and education. What are the roles that psychology can fit into that, right? Or maybe you want to do business entrepreneurship, right? What are the roles where I could apply psychology principles to positions within that greater other meta major or field? So some entry level positions, right? Paraeducator, what I did. I was that for a little bit. It was crazy, but it is definitely interesting. School psychologist, behavioral technician. Do you want to get into counseling? Do you want to do social work? Do you want to work within the world of business? Do you want to do something like human resources, marketing, maybe? Just focusing on meta major boards as well. There's a ton of stuff out there. So on the next slide, as an example specific to society and education, right? On the left, we have stuff like EdJoin, right? So if you are interested in the field of psychology, right? But specifically, like, in what kind of industry are you applying that to? And to say you want to do education or something like that, getting hooked up, getting on websites such as EdJoin, stuff like that, right? Just again, it's the Venn diagram of it, utilizing this, finding within the greater field of psychology, what are the smaller meta industries that we want to get into. So the stuff on the right, I'm going to put these directly into the chat. I really suggest you utilize them. So these are some websites that I found actually preparing for this presentation. There's this thing called the Psychology Job Board Mega List. This is a awesome website that has a ton of information, links to different job boards related to the field of psychology and positions that are typical within that field. Definitely check that out. It'd be a really good way to find what's out there, what jobs you can apply for, etc. Right? There's some other ones, psychologyjobs.com. I will put that in the chat as well. And then, so the greater American Psychology Association Careers Job Board, I'm going to put that as well. And then the last one I'm going to put in there, again, we don't have time to really dive into these because there's seriously a crazy amount, so much information available on there. And the last one is psychologydegree.com. That one's pretty sweet because it kind of also can sort of piggyback onto like a Zippia thing, like really breaking down like the reality of doing the research. What would be like in that position, right? What's the average income? What's the average education associated, or so education path and degrees required or necessary to attaining that position? Because all of that needs to fit into whether this position is going to be good for you, right? You have to have that lifestyle that you want to live, and not all of us can be in school for 12, 13 something years, you know what I mean? So use those websites, right? Those are great websites with literal job boards, with job postings within the greater field of psychology, and really good websites for researching further positions within the field of psychology. And then on this next one, is Alexa. So let me pass
Thank you,
that one
Derek.
off to you.
Those are great resources. So really appreciate Derek getting those and putting them in the chat for you all. Definitely utilize them, search them, especially because they're specific to psychology. And if that's what you're, wanting to pursue, then definitely, jump into those websites. An additional resource that we're going to provide today that my colleague will drop into the chat is the Bay Area list of the Bay Area psychology organizations. So this is like an encompass of all the different counties in California, feel like pretty much, or in our greater Bay Area, right? Going out a little even further with all of their resources related to psychology. And again, it depends on your final goal. Like a good practice would be to research these, know your goal, and what you need to do to get there, right? And so utilizing these resources in the best way that is going to support you and help you with your planning. Some typical entry-level positions that are associated with starting a career in psychology can be like a research assistant, volunteer at a suicide hotline, so good for getting into clinical positions, behavioral health technicians. I think Derek mentioned that one too, like related to educational aspect, hospice, even volunteering or finding work in that area. And in this particular resource, if you look under the San Mateo County tab, you can also, there's an opportunity to look and become a mentor or even a mentee. So if you're looking for someone to, a program where you can get mentored, or if you're already in the field and looking to mentor, they have these great opportunities and a multitude of different opportunities on each one of those links, based on the county and what resources are available out there. So please, definitely, that is an amazing resource that Derek had found. Is a great, to familiarize yourself with that and look and see what's applicable for you and helpful for you, or sharing it with others as well. And then if we go to the next slide, we're going to kind of wrap things up. And before we finish talking about, the job search process, we want to really make sure that you understand that once you do get called for an interview, there's still work to be done, right? And you still need to make sure your resume and cover letter are updated, and your LinkedIn, if you're going to share that on your resume. Learn what the recruiters are looking for through the job descriptions, brush up on your skills and brushing up on your interviewing skills, right? Practice interviewing either with a friend. You can practice in the mirror, you can practice however you see fit. Maybe you have a pet at home that you can just practice with somebody, it doesn't matter who. And just make sure that you practice with yourself for sure about sharing your accomplishments, especially skills and things that you have gained, experiences that are relevant to that field, right? And we can also help you with that as well. And we'll be providing our contact information before we leave today, if you do need some individualized support. And I'm going to quickly pass it back to Derek because I know we're short on time. He's just going to wrap it up with some top 5 tips.
Yeah, thanks, Alexa. So I'll fly through this, right? So again, the big 5, right? Use job search engines to help you look online for job and internship opportunities. Always try to complete the application on an actual company website, right? Be visible, create LinkedIn profile, engage with people in the field you're looking for, okay? 3, stay organized. Keep on track of people you've met and jobs you've applied for, places that you've interviewed. Saving job descriptions so that when you get called in for the interview, you can revert back to that job description, because that is the best way to prepare for an interview. 4, get support from friends and family. That is your immediate network. I would even say your professors in class, psychology professors, colleagues, folks that are in the class with you. Build upon your network that is immediately around us. You'd be surprised at how strong your network already is. And then 5, it's all about that PMA, positive mental attitude, okay? During a job search process, specifically the interview, you have to be confident in yourself. I definitely advise cautious optimism whenever you are applying, or interviewing for a position. Don't put all your hopes and dreams in just one application, but maintain that positive mental attitude, okay? And then lastly, just real quick, we have some other events in the psychology series coming up. Speaker event November 17th. Got an organizational psychologist coming to chat with y'all, and then a workshop on December 1st, leveling up with LinkedIn, kind of like a more robot, like all the stuff we were talking about LinkedIn, but just kind of like diving into that a little bit further.
Yeah, and please check your emails.
Yeah, we'll be sending that info.
Yeah, for those flyers, so that we'll have the links for those events as well. And lastly, I don't mind staying a few minutes over if anybody does have any questions, but we do want to respect your time and just thank you all for coming and listening to this information. I hope it was useful for you in one way or another. If you do need some individualized support, or we can't get to your question right away, please email us at skycareers@smccd.edu. You can also fill out our welcome form, which Renee will drop in the chat if she hasn't already, and to schedule that one-on-one appointment with a job placement coordinator based on your major, so we can really be tailored and specific to your needs. And yeah, so if there's any questions, we're open to hearing them, answering them if we can. And I apologize, I cannot see the chat right now. My Zoom is acting a little funny. So I'm sure Derek
I got you.
Checking the chat. Yeah, so
people are just
or feel
thanking
free
us.
to unmute yourself. Yeah, thank you all so much.
Thank you for thanking us. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, thank you all for being here. But yeah, now's the time if you've got any questions.
If not, we appreciate you joining us today. Reach out.
Is there anyone at Skyline to connect with about cognitive science? I mean, sure. I mean, I might want to expand a little bit more on that as far as what exactly you want, but I mean, we're certainly willing and able to help you in whatever we can as far as your career search, you know what I mean, or career job search process, whether it's researching different fields, you know, referring you to other counselors or assessments and stuff like that. Like we can, that's, yeah.
Yeah, email us
Yeah.
and we can definitely follow back up with you on that. And if we can't directly support you, for sure, like Derek just said, we'll find the people who
Yeah.
can. All right.
Cool. Well, you know where to find us, you know. If you guys have any questions, you want any assistance, please let us know. We're here for y'all, so use us, okay?
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.
Thanks, guys. You all take care.
I literally have no idea what's going on.
Here, I got you. Hold on one sec.
I can't see anything but on the screen. So I don't know if someone can stop the recording.
Oh, ooh.
Or it'll end as soon as I end this.